Carolyn Cameron.
Still get goosebumps watching this, eh?
Let's talk about this.
It's the best. Jose Bautista, you know what? James Cybulski, my co-anchor on Sportsnet in the morning, Seaball, might have said it best, and I never like to compliment him unless I have to. But he tweeted how, for a new generation of sports fans, that's kind of their Joe Carter moment. I'm not saying it's the same. Obviously, that was in the World Series back in the early 90s. But it was just a wake-up. Blue Jays are here. We're not going anywhere, and they're off to the ALCS.
And in the post-game of the now infamous Game 5 victory for the Blue Jays, when Jose Bautista was asked about that and the magnitude of the Joe Carter, the very first thing he said, though, was, well, that was in the World Series, but that was still pretty cool. And the bat flip, I love the bat flip. What do you think about the bat flip?
The bat flip was epic. He just completely threw his bat, huge arm motion, and Sam Dyson, the pitcher, later after the game was, yeah, it's unsportsmanlike. You shouldn't be doing that. You know what? No, he's playing at home. He just won the game. Sure, there were a couple innings to go, but after the crazy beginning of the 7th inning, come on, like, this was huge. And even the broadcasters across this country, in the States, who have covered tons of games, said this was one of the most action-packed, emotion-filled games they've ever witnessed in their life. Like, afterwards, you kind of like you needed a nap.
I still feel like
the adrenaline was flowing. I mean, the highs and lows, as you mentioned, that weird 7th inning, the 7th inning, top of the inning of what was going on, what was the rule. But then seeing the reaction across the country, this was phenomenal to see Toronto explode, and then fans across Canada embrace the idea of coming together.
Oh, absolutely. So I was watching at home, and I apologize to all my neighbors if anybody's watching, because I was screaming bloody murder, but then I started hearing other people in the building screaming as well.
From Kitsilano,
so
you heard me all the way
either someone's not okay, or they're just cheering also for the Jays. So it's just amazing. This whole country has gotten behind the team, and that's why they say come together in Canada's team. But even on the seawall yesterday, I was biking around the seawall, and you see Canuck shirts and then Jays hats, and it's just amazing. And the fact that the ride's not done yet either. This series against the Royals starting tomorrow is going to be fun.
Let's talk about the rarity of that and then get into the Royals, because the rarity of the comeback here, like, after being down 2-0, going to Texas, everybody's like, well, I think 3 teams have come back in a best-of-5. The Jays have done it.
Yeah.
The momentum now going versus Kansas.
Well, the good thing is now they actually look like the Blue Jays we saw in the regular season, because those first 2 games, I was at Game 1 in Toronto.
Say that again.
I was in Game 1 at Toronto. It would have been better if they won. But yeah, in that game, it was more the first 5 minutes that was the most fun, when they raised the banner and they sang the Canadian anthem, and then they just didn't look like themselves. The offense wasn't there. They were making defensive errors. And then in Texas, it just started rolling, and you could feel the momentum kind of going in their direction. I think everyone was most nervous, though, for all the 3 do-or-die games in this series for yesterday's, especially because they were facing Cole Hamels, who's one of the greatest pitchers in the league. But then Marcus Stroman just shows up.
Marcus Stroman, 2 postseason starts.
Yeah.
Cole Hamels, 12.
Yeah.
Right?
And a heck of a lot of experience.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
But the Jays bats.
Well, all the pitchers that the Jays used yesterday, born in the 90s, under the age of 25. Roberto Osuna, who closed it out, 20 years old.
The confidence he shows at such a young age is simply incredible. But looking at the Royals, they clinched last night against the Astros, coming back, mind you, from a couple runs down. How intense will this series be? How will these 2 teams match up as we see a glimpse of the Royals moving on?
I think this is going to be a brouhaha. These 2 teams do not like each other. Last year, a lot of baseball fans, and Jays fans included, were cheering for the Royals because they won the wild card game last year in the American League, and then they moved all the way on to the World Series, so they were a fun team to cheer for. Well, not anymore, because these 2 teams don't like each other. And back end of July, beginning of August, there was this where people were getting upset, the benches cleared, words were exchanged, which I cannot repeat on television, or else I'll never appear here again.
Yes.
But
who starts Game 1?
Marco Estrada, who I think is one of the Jays' most reliable pitchers. I know David Price is the stud, but hey, he didn't get the start yesterday.
Alex Anthopoulos even said this morning on Toronto radio that the R.A. Dickey's available as well.
Really?
They're like, we'll let you know.
Yeah. Because yesterday there was word that was Marco Estrada, but Gibbons will talk to the media later today. So honestly, who knows with this team? I don't know what to expect anymore. You were even talking just in the green room about Brett Cecil, kind of the middle innings reliever, and how he got injured in this series and he was supposed to be out.
He might
and
come
then,
back.
yeah,
Calf tear,
yeah. Oh, he's not going to pitch for the rest of the season. And then what? He's throwing?
Yeah, maybe ready for the World Series.
Okay.
But Game 1 of the American League Championship Series goes tomorrow in Kansas City, 5 o'clock first pitch, but you know you want to catch the pregame show and get set up with Jamie Campbell and Greg's on.
Though?
Where's the viewing party?
We have not organized that because we're not organized enough, but
we want beef nachos.
Boston Beans is
I
still
went
in
to
the
the
district.
last
I'm
one.
going to call them today.
I'm all in.
Yeah,
because
come
the
watch the
last
game
one
with
was
us.
so fun. So we just follow you on Twitter.
Yes.
You and Seaball will tell us where to go. Sportsnet swag.
Sort through the not funny jokes, and you'll find the.
But be ready to watch the
location.
game. This is not a chit chat.
No, we're not talking.
Scenario. We don't talk.
You're batting like 3 for 10 for the jokes. That's a good average, you know?
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's a good
Do it.
follow.
Give me,
In
give me,
baseball,
don't leave
that's
me hanging.
Thanks for the double duty today.